Senior Research Fellow at the American Institute for Economic Research. He joins us from Great Barrington in Massachusetts. Really good to have you with us, Peter. Can I begin by asking you about the US Fed? We know Donald Trump squarely has the Fed Chair Jerome Powell in his sights. He's hinted at firing him several times, but we know US law makes it difficult for him to do so. What do you see happening on that front?
Well, the Fed chairman can't be fired for simply not obeying what the president thinks he should do about interest rates. He could be fired for cause. For example, if he were to not hold the meetings he was supposed to hold and all that. But the Federal Reserve is supposed to be independent, meaning that they would make decisions about rates and the size of the money stock and that sort of thing without political influence. Because it's obvious that if presidents and other political officials could manipulate the Fed, they would always want lower rates. They would always want an expanding money supply because that would boost a lot of things, but that would cause inflation and a lot of higher prices, that sort of thing. So, I mean, that's where it stands right now. But what it's doing right now is the effect of that of the pressure that Trump is putting on Powell is doing two things. The first, it's making some people nervous that the Fed might rather Trump might do something unconstitutional, like try to fire him and create a constitutional problem, or that essentially it might cause other people in the Fed, for some of the governors, to sort of jockey for position to try to get Powell's position, and they might not act completely in the interest of the economy. They might actually become somewhat careerist and start doing things that they think Trump wants to see. Those are the two risks I see right now.
Now, can I ask you about the new tariffs that Trump has announced on Brazil and India? In terms of what he's doing for Brazilian goods, he's essentially levying these tariffs in support of Jair Bolsonaro. He's been described as the Trump of Brazil. Why do you think he's going to such great lengths to protect Bolsonaro?
Well, the first thing I'd mention is that this whole idea that tariffs have to do with the U.S. being treated wrongly over the years is, drawn into question by this. We've seen tariffs, applied citing everything from fentanyl to being treated unfairly to other things. So, I mean, this just makes that clear. I mean, so the tariffs on Brazilian goods are really focused on processed metals, agricultural commodities, and they stem from concerns about not just the trade balancing, but also Brazil's alignment with BRICS. And the BRICS is, of course, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It's expanded in recent years to include a bunch of other nations. And one of the goals of BRICS has been de-dollarization. It's the goal to get away from the use of the dollar, because a lot of nations, whether they're U.S. allies or U.S. adversaries, saw the U.S. kick Russia out of SWIFT, and they realized that using the dollar for international trade can be a risk. You can be at risk of being kicked out of the international financial system if you use the dollar. So right now, BRICS, of which a major portion is Brazil, is trying to create systems to bypass SWIFT. They're trying to create alternative currencies. They're also trying to create a sort of an axis of economic activity outside the G7 or the G10. So for those reasons, a number of nations are sort of trying to join that group, and that's one of the reasons why Trump has cited his lack of patience for Brazil and for its current leaders and former leaders.
Okay, Peter, Earle, we'll have to leave it there. Great to get your thoughts as always. Thank you.
Thank you.